Let me go to FloraPark simulation. So here's the flower. Just change it. That's the flower game. So I'm an instructor. So let me log in. So as you can see, let me just make this a little 125. Let me make it smaller so you can see. Okay, look, it's kind of the same. Just the colors a little different, right? And you still have to determine how many supply chains you have. Right? Meaning not how many groups of students, okay? It's like the number of groups of students divided by 2. So remember, you have student Flora teams and importer teams. You're going to split the students into 2 groups, okay? And so one group will play the florist, the other group will play the importers, right? And here's the total number of supply chains. And number of rounds, periods, the same thing. We typically play 6 rounds. Right, here we have 2 boxes for students, right? Flora's email versus importer's email. Right, let's see, the first one is David. Right, and here is, let's say, Sarah, for example. Right, so,
Sure.
Right, you put their email in, of course. Now here I'm just doing a demo, right? So Sarah will be the importer of David, okay, and David will be the customer of Sarah. Yeah.
And what is the number of so for in that perspective, number of supply chain would be the number of players who are in any of them, or the total. For example, if you have 10 people, putting them into groups, each one 5, so it would be 10 supply chains.
No, you'll be 5.
It would be
It will be
5. How about if it's like 9, so 5, 1 group, 4 other groups? How would you
Oh,
do
now
that?
you got a problem. So you need even number of students.
Oh, we need
Number of
even.
Yeah, because in each supply chain, you need the customer and the supplier, right? So you need even number of student teams. So half of the student teams will play importers, half of the student team will play the florist. And the sequence determines who supply who, right? The first florist will be the customer of the first importer, right? And second florist will be the customer of the second importer. That's it, right? And then you set, right, a budget. Essentially, how much budget you need to give a budget for every team. Budget for florist, budget for importer. You don't have to change these numbers. You can just stay the same. And here you tell students when the competitive information will be available to the teams. Right? If total number of rounds is 6, you can use 4. Or if you only want to play 3 rounds, you might want to say this one to be 2 or 1. It's up to you. So this tells students when the competitive information is available. And then you start the game. That's it. Yeah, this game has more data than the previous game, right? Because it has both supply chain marketing decisions, but logically it's the same, right? You can control the pace. Yeah.
Do you have like kind of video things? I mean, video for like teaching this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I have the
Perfect.
instructor manual. Here, let me show you the
Oh,
instructor
perfect.
manual. Here is instructor manual. Okay, here we go. Right. It shows you all the things I just talked about. Right. And in addition to that, it tells you how to control the game. Right. For example, it tells you how to set up the game, and the function of each buttons, right, how to control and manage the game, and how to read the tables, like the tables, right? And what students going to see, right, on their dashboard, what decisions they have to make, right, and how to manage the previous games, right? You can select them, you can reload them, or download the data.
And how the students know that how they are doing? I mean, how they can see the performance of them and the others.
Okay, the game is going to show everybody a summary of of financial performance. So everyone will see the overall financial summaries, right? For example, how much money they are making, right? The cumulative profits, the margins, and so on. It's displayed right here, the financial performance. Now I don't have data. Okay.
My question is more about, for example, the async courses, because if during the rounds, for example, how students know that how they are doing, how, if it's bad, if it's good. I mean, how we should kind of like be or communicate with them that are you doing well or no? Look at the other competitors and see how they are doing.
Yes, they can see that. They can see the overall financial performance of everybody, but detailed financial information only for themselves. Like here, they will see this. They will see this is the overall financial performance, right? You can
But
see
is at the end?
uh,
Is at the end of the game or for after each round of the
no,
game they
for
can
every
see?
round, for every round.
Oh, every round. Okay, they can
You
see.
see here that's here that by periods. The students will have this information there in their own dashboard in every round. They can see for each supply chain, right, how much money the florists and importers are making, right, and what's the overall service level for that supply chain. Now, in addition to that, so they know their own financial performance and their competitors' financial performance overall. They can also see the aggregated market information, such as total demand, total supply, all the other retailers' retail price, right, and how much money, right, total spend. What's the total spend on marketing, on operations by everybody?
Okay, perfect.
So they do have the overall market information in every round. Now they see the full detail for themselves. Now this one interesting thing here is the competitive information. Now if you now after certain rounds, after certain rounds, they will be able to see the competitive information of other competitors or other players, right? So now in addition to the overall financial summary, for example, they will see how much and what price the other, what's the wholesale price for the other supply chains, what's the order quantities, right? How much money and breakdowns of the marketing spending, for example, not just the total, right? So they will be able to guess what's the strategy used by other teams, right? They will use this information to forge, right, to form their own decisions. Okay, well, really out of time, but I'm happy to stay answering any questions.
Sorry, I have a question. I have so many questions. I'm sorry,
No
but I'm
problem.
interested that. So for this game, that we do have two teams, and each one have, for example, has a few people. So those
Mm.
people who are in one row, they are also competing with each other, or no? For
No, they
example, those
actually
that,
no the students in the same team. They are actually collaborating.
oh, they're
Um,
collaborating with each other.
yeah, they're collaborating. In each team, within each team,
So
and
when they
yeah.
are saying the information, they see the same information, or each one they act differently as a collaborator.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me step back. When you talk about the same team, are you talking about two teams in the same supply chain, or different?
Here, for example, Floris and Importer. So we have 5 people in Floris, 5 people in Importer.
Got
Those
it.
5 who are in Floris, they would see the same information, or they each one they act differently. How I can see the performance of each student in these roles.
Okay, they say the same information. They are in the same team. You only see
No.
their team's performance, not individual students' performance.
Oh, so each team, each either florist or importer, whatever number they are, either 2 or 5 or 10 people in each kind of like role, they only have chance to enter the information one time.
They say the exact same information, but yeah, you're right. But any of them can enter that information, and they could open their own computers to say the same information.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. One other thing is this game is very intensive on negotiation. And so many times I have to really stop students, right, from negotiating. Otherwise, they're going to take forever. But this is also one of the key learnings students get from this game, right? How to negotiate a supply chain contract, either as a supplier or as a customer. And you'll find your students are very defensive. Although it's just a game, they are very serious about this.